So of all these Pixar films that have come out, Cars 3 is the least of these Pixar films to actually come out. I mean, did it really need to continue the story since people really hated the second film? You already know what I thought about the second film, actually, but if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check it out. But honestly, this is actually the third, since this is the third Cars film, people actually agree this actually turned out to be a pretty good film. Well, that it was actually surprisingly good. I actually thought it was great. Oh yeah, I mean, or at least a little bit better than the second one, surprisingly. But does that mean it's the best sequel? Nope. It's still kind of Finding Dory, still until a certain sequel. Wink, wink, wink. Hey, relax, buddy. Sorry, I'm watching my brother's dog. But anyway, the story is about Lightning McQueen, where it should be on, instead of just Mater. Much like the last film, he's still racing the races, and he's winning Piston Cups, but then one day, a new racer named Jackson Storm, played by Armie Hammer, is basically trying to steal his thunder. He basically wants him to lose, so that way he can start winning Piston Cups, but then warns him about retirement. Then, one day, Lightning McQueen, of course we've seen from the trailer, the teaser trailer, that he gets into a car accident, a really bad car accident. Luckily he didn't die, which I still consider it to be the darkest scene in any Pixar film. I watched that teaser trailer millions of times, actually. But a few months go by, and that he decided that he wants to go back to racing again. So he heads all the way down to North Carolina, and talks to a guy who wants to sponsor him to make merchandise and stuff. And then later on, Lightning McQueen does train a student. Trains a lady car named Cruz Miranda's, who wants to be an actual racer. So along the way, he's basically teaching her and stuff, and then later on, they go to some flashbacks of the late Paul Newman Doc Hudson talking to Lightning McQueen on how he races and stuff, and some actual deleted scenes from the original film. No kidding. And they're actually done very, very well. And it's actually pretty much perfect the way they do it here. So of course, it's basically the chance to win again, much like the first film. The climax takes place into another racing, to an actual race, a final race for the Piston Cup. And this time, Lightning McQueen doesn't lose. He doesn't really finish the race again, but this time, Cruz Miranda's does that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The story is actually not that bad. The story is actually, yes, it's been done before, but somehow the way they tell it actually feels kind of fresh and new. I have never seen Rocky or Creed before, and that's what the film basically tries to take the plot from. But in terms of execution, it actually is done very well. There's a lot of very entertaining scenes in the movie, like a lot of racing scenes, a lot of driving, some good dialogue, and pretty good characters to go along the way. New characters like Cruz Miranda's, for example. Well, is actually a really good character. I actually do want her to win the race and stuff, and honestly, she does achieve her goals. I actually like how Lightning McQueen does become a teacher to her. It's kind of like how in Kung Fu Panda 3, where Po is actually the teacher now. What do you call it? Sorry, just trying to do something. Sorry. Yeah. I guess if I have any problem with this movie is that much like the other Cars films, the villain, of course, is very weak. But now let's get to the good stuff. The characters are very likable. The animation is incredible. The best looking out of the Cars films. Surprisingly, since the second one. Tow Mater is actually not in this movie very much, sadly. But at least he gets a few good scenes, and he's still very funny. There's a post-credits scene in the movie, though, which I won't talk about. It's a very cute joke. I hope they do stop here, because I don't think they could top it off with a fourth film or something. If they are going to make a fourth film, I guess that's fine, but it's not me that it's against Cars, it's the audiences. It's they want them to stop. And I think they should too, because I don't think they can still top it off. Well, even though we are getting Toy Story 4 next year. So, yeah, I do think this is great. It's not perfect, but I mean, these films are not meant to be a perfect movie, though. But hey, what can I say? I do really enjoy it. Alright, so if you have seen the film, what did you think about it? Just comment below, follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Stardust, click like in the video, don't forget to subscribe and follow, and share the video. I am the Bostonian Critic. Okay, I am signing out. Take care.